Good evening, everyone, and happy Friday here on First 5 p.m. I am your host, Indiana Shills, airing exclusively on WFRV Plus. Sorry I missed yesterday. Kind of feeling a little under the weather. Still am, not going to lie. A little toasty in here. I don't know if it's just the heat on or maybe I'm catching a little bit of a fever. It's nothing terrible. It's just a little allergy cold. Went by, like I said, a buddy's place the other weekend, and they have a cat, and that might have been what did me in. But regardless, pushing through. It's Friday. I got to work tomorrow, unfortunately, but that's all right. At least I get to work from home. But yeah, we're pushing on. We're trying to get better. We'll try to make it throughout the show without sneezing. I've been sneezing a bunch today, to the point where people are telling me to be quiet. Jokingly, of course. But anywho, first thing I want to get to on the agenda today, obviously big news in Madison. It is WIAA State Football Championships. Let's go ahead and recap kind of what's happened so far. There's one game left to be played. It is at halftime right now. We have finished up Division 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, and 2. So, in Division 7, that was on Thursday. Nobody from our area, but Kenosha St. Joseph's Catholic ended up completing their undefeated season, 35-19 over Cochrane Fountain City. So congratulations to Kenosha St. Joseph Catholic. In Division 6, it was Darlington who ended up with a perfect season at 14-0, defeating Edgar 42-18. Division 5, Mayville ended up 14-0, winning 42-32 over Northwestern. And then the first one really in our area, Division 4, Winneconne goes undefeated, beats Little Chute 28-22. Pretty good game, but Winneconne able to take the Division 4 championship. Then moving on to, that was all Thursday games. Moving on to Friday. Today it was Grafton and Reedsburg in the Division 3 final. Very close game there. Grafton ends up taking it 17-15, able to prevail. Grafton goes undefeated, completes the perfect season at 14-0. And then it was the big one, the one everybody had circled. People were saying this is one of the greatest Division II matchups that we have, quite frankly, seen in a long time. West Superior against Notre Dame. Two undefeated teams, very close to each other, both incredible, and it was it was a good game. I mean, it was, like I said, one of the most anticipated matchups in recent memory. But West Superior, they capped off the undefeated season. They secured the gold ball with a 28-14 win over Notre Dame on Friday at Camp Randall Stadium in Madison. The game, it did remain close throughout, with both teams trading momentum and defensive stops. The Phantoms ultimately pulled away in the fourth quarter to finish off their dominant playoff run. West Superior's quarterback Patrick Greason went 16 of 26 for 304 yards and 2 touchdowns and 1 interception. Running back Ryan Lutz added 76 rushing yards and 2 scores. Notre Dame standout running back Kingston Allen delivered one of the most notable performances of the postseason, carrying the ball 43 times for 231 yards and both Triton touchdowns. Quarterback Max Pierce finished 4 of 11 for 63 yards and threw 2 interceptions. Defensively, West Superior was led by Cooper Borowitz with 12 total tackles, followed by Jackson Jasinski with 9. Laliwa Delgado, Braylon Stiegel, and Mason Werner added 8 tackles each, while Werner and David DeLeon recorded interceptions. Notre Dame's defense was led by Jonah Marzek with 9 tackles, and Micah Warren added an interception. West Superior's win marks the culmination of a perfect season and championship performance that lived up to the hype. Let's go ahead and play a clip from the highlights from Local 5's Kyle Malzahn.
Today's Division II state championship game isn't just rare, it's historic. This is the first time in state history that 2 teams from the Green Bay area went toe-to-toe for a gold ball. Both West Superior and Notre Dame Academy walked into Camp Randall undefeated on the year, but there would only be 1 trophy to hand out. All right, let's go. Scoreless in the first quarter until Ryan Lutz scoots and powers his way into the end zone. Phantoms strike first. It's 7-0. Tritons, though, they respond. It's the heart and soul of Notre Dame Academy tying it up. Kingston Allen, Haniadu, TD were knotted up at 7. Right before the end of the first quarter, West De Pere would retake the lead once again thanks to their man in the backfield. It's Lutz, and suddenly the Phantoms are up by a score. And it comes down to big-time players making big-time plays, right? This time, it's Kingston running it in 30 yards to the house. The junior ties the ball game and sets the single-season rushing record in the state of Wisconsin with over 3,400 yards. But when you have a guy like Patrick Greisen, you're never out of it. The senior connects with Jadea Niskern for the 60-yard TD, and West De Pere, they took the 21-14 lead into halftime. Pretty quiet to start the second half, but fireworks, oh boy, they would ensue in the fourth quarter. Same score, and it's the Phantoms putting a stamp on this one. Greisen to Landon Kibbe, 47 yards, ABC later. And for the first time since 2011, your West De Pere Phantoms are state champions, defeating Notre Dame 28-14 as they went on to take home the Division II Gold Ball. So congrats to West De Pere on the perfect season. We'll have much more on this one with post-game reaction coming up later, including highlights from the Division I state championship game with Bayport looking to defend their title in Division I. But for now, Caitlin, I'll send it back to you at the desk.
You got to absolutely love Kyle Malzahn's enthusiasm on the call there. Just outstanding job from Kyle. Nothing really else I could say. Just really great stuff there, especially with the little theme song in the back. Man, I love that stuff. Anyways, as Kyle had alluded to, Bayport and Arrowhead, they are currently at halftime. Bayport, looking to defend its title, actually has two losses on the year, excuse me. One of them to West De Pere. Bayport ended up is down 6-0 at halftime. We go into the live stats. Let's take a look at what is going on in this game. We do have Carson is there from our sports department. Carson and Brianna, both fantastic sports photographers and sports reporters. They are at the game. So far, it looks like for Arrowhead, Nolan Hansen, 5 for 8 with 58 yards and a touchdown. It would be, who is this? Mr. Jabari Craig, their running back, 9 for 52. And it looks like Bayport really can't get much going on the ground. Brady Moon, their leading rusher, with 11 attempts for 33 yards only. So that's a 3-yard average. And then quarterback scrambling from Matt Stevens, who's 5 for 7 with 59 yards and an interception. Stevens also 8 attempts on the ground, 18 yards for 2.3 average. So little work to do here in the second half for Bayport, which I am seeing on my screen. It get underway as we speak. We are into the second half of the game. Bayport, looking to defend their title. So will they do it? I'm not sure. Arrowhead's a good team. They are currently undefeated. They're looking to cap off the perfect season, but we will have to see. That game will be finished after our show, so I can't give you a live update, unfortunately. So we're going to go ahead and hit our first commercial break. When we come back, we got a couple more stories to talk about, and then we'll go ahead and continue on. So we'll be back after these commercial breaks. Welcome back to Local 5's first 5 p.m. here on WFRV Plus. I have a guest here, and his name is Daniel Schuster. Hi, Daniel.
If
I'm not going to lie. I'm
living up to high expectations
here. You go. You can have the full screen until I change you. Nathan, what is going on, man? How you doing?
I'm doing all right. It's I'm feeling a little left out. It's the first time in a very long time. I think since I was like 8 years old that I'm not going out there for the gun deer opener.
Oh yeah, big gun deer hunter.
Yeah, so missing out on that this year. Not in New York hunting, so it's a great morning for it too. It's gonna be cold. You can use the snow to get the deer moving a little bit more, but not too bad out there.
Yeah, I know. I got some friends that are going out there, whether it's parents or themselves. I never was really into hunting. It was never really my thing, but definitely a huge hunting culture, especially in northern Wisconsin.
Yeah, I'm more of a bird hunter. Like that's just kind of my thing. But Yeah, I mean, I grew up deer hunting and whatnot too, so I'm
What
excited to
do
see
you
how
use?
everything goes out.
I don't want to sound dumb, but
Yeah.
like, do you use like a rifle? Is it like
Yeah, so I have a 7.08 that is my hunting rifle.
Okay.
I'm pretty big into archery too, though. So
Yeah,
like, bow
yeah.
season is really when I start to get really
Okay,
excited is during bow
that's cool.
season. So yeah, I wish I was out there, but
Yeah.
I'm excited to see how everyone does. And yeah,
Is it only just this weekend, or is it like
No, the season will last, but this is like the opening weekend for it.
so this is when it's really
yeah, this is
pretty popular and
prime
pretty
time.
busy. Well, we do have safety tips, I believe, on our website at wearegreenbay.com. Make sure you get a little refresher there. Other than that, let's see. Is this on Max 2? There's no way it is.
Yeah, I can't remember if I had the 7-day up there. I might not. But
Look at that. That's a
Let's see.
football game.
look at that.
Yeah, I need
Putting in the work.
What is it?
It's all good. I remember most of it. I mean, we have a
Excellent.
lot going on the next week. On Sunday is where,
Oh,
we see
now
the
it's
Packers
us.
pling back at home. Moving all around. The Packers will be back at home on Sunday, and
How about this?
they have great conditions
God
for
bless
it.
it.
We're getting closer. I mean,
No!
not really. There you go. Yeah, so we see
Good
that
enough. We got
had
Luke
this cold
Sampy on the
trough
screen.
coming in here, so it's just going everywhere.
All right, good.
But yeah, we have this really cold trough that's coming in,
Mm-hmm.
and it's gonna cool it down really quickly. When we go to the Appleton Christmas Parade, we're expecting rain earlier in the day there. Luckily, it dries up. It's gonna be pretty cold times night comes around, and then Thanksgiving Day, that's gonna be a really cold day. We're
Yeah.
only expecting daytime highs right around the lower 30s.
Ooh.
So like, I'm running the turkey trot in the morning.
Oh, boy.
and it's gonna be like in the lower 20s when I line up there to race. So.
Yeah, you excited for that?
I am, yeah. So I didn't sign up for one here, and I was talking to Ryan and Jordan the other day about it, and they're like, "Yeah, there's a ton around here that you could just do." So I'm doing one that's it's like right outside Lambeau or something.
Yeah, okay.
It's the 5-mile race. I'll be
Very
racing
nice,
in,
very
so-
nice. Any specific goals you got set for like specific times? Or you just kind of want to do it?
I'm not a great runner in the cold, I'll be honest.
No, okay.
it kinda
I'm not a great
challenges
runner
me, so,
regardless,
yeah.
so.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just looking to meet some new people because I don't have a running group here. So
Mhm.
if anyone sees me, come up and
Well,
say hi.
you know
I'm a
who?
friend here, so.
You know who's a big runner here?
Who's that?
Local Fives. Paul Stino
Oh, really?
is huge into running,
See,
so you'll have to catch
I
up
should
with
reach
him.
out to him
Paul
and see if
is
he's running.
Paul is like
Yeah.
he religiously runs. Like I think he
Yep.
goes on a run every night.
Yeah, I do mine in the morning. I'm
So
a morning runner.
you'll have to get in touch with Paul, but
Yeah, I'll have to
he's
reach out to
always
him.
running. He's telling me, yeah. I said, well, you gonna go on a run again tonight? It's like
Yep.
20 degrees. He's like, yeah, probably. I'm like,
Yeah, so I'm more of a morning runner. Like if I have to go out and run it, like when I did the morning shows here. I mean, I'm up at like usually we try and get here around like 3:30, 4 o'clock. I go on a run before that because
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I need to do
Oh
it in
my
the morning. I don't have the
God.
motivation when I leave here. So
I'm still awake
gotta get
from
it
the night
done.
before.
yeah, most people are. So
Oh man, yeah. You know,
Yeah.
the only place I'm running after work is probably Oneida to go to the casino. I think
yep.
Blake and I are gonna go actually to.
see, we got to get together to do that one night.
yeah, I think
I've only been a couple times though, and I don't.
Blake's funny. Blake goes, I go, how much you bringing? He goes, yeah, like $40. I'm like, that's it.
Right? Are we just playing penny slots all night?
I mean, apparently I'll probably. I got a good goal this time. I need to make sure I don't get in my head because there's a specific mode that I go into, and it's not a good mode because I need to win everything back quickly. So
Yeah.
as long as I could stay, I want to bet. I usually try to follow this rule. It's called the 1% rule. You don't bet more than 1% of your budget. So
Okay.
if I'm bringing $300, say or ish, I can't do more than a $3 bet.
Right. No, you gotta be one of those guys who walks in with like $400 and throws $100 down right on the first rip. It
Oh
could be a
man,
short
I've
night
done
or
it.
a really great
I've done
night.
it.
Yeah.
I won't lie. I have my biggest bet on blackjack was $500
Okay.
in Vegas, and that might be the only time I audibly screamed in a casino
Yeah.
because I won.
Oh, okay.
It was awesome. Actually, a really funny story before we got to let you get going.
Yeah.
It was me and my buddy Camden. We were it was Harrah's, but now it's called, Bally's, but now it's called the Horseshoe.
Mhm.
Pretty late at night. I think
Okay.
we were just bumming around. But anyways, we sit down at this table and, we're kind of losing. We're losing. We're playing blackjack. We're losing. We're winning, losing. Just kind of even.
Yeah.
But then I go on like a bad streak, and I'm down to like my final. I don't know. I think I bought him for 500,
Yeah.
and I think I'm down like to my final two.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well,
This is rough. Yeah.
this stinks.
Right.
Throwing the whole thing out. If we lose, I'm going back to the hotel and I'm going to bed.
Right.
We win. We ended
That's
up
great.
getting like a 20, and then
Yeah.
so something just I think it was a $250 bet because I ended up being back up to 500,
Right.
and something stupid in my head told me,
Yeah.
let it ride.
We might as well. You already.
So
You're going.
in this dealer, I mean, honestly, one of the funniest guys I've ever met.
Yeah.
Old guy, cracking jokes, just that old man
Right.
kind of laugh, just completely funny. So, anyways, he goes, "Yeah, you sure you want to do that?" Like he's talking
Yeah.
really fast. He's so funny though. It was such a good time, and he gives me a 13, and I'm like,
Oh no.
oh,
Yeah.
and he's got a face card showing. So immediately I'm like, well,
Yep.
this was stupid.
Yeah. I messed up.
And now, not only am I going to do something dumb with that bet, but I'm also going to stand to give myself a chance.
Right.
I always play
Optimistic, yeah.
by the book, but this time I was like, we're going to give
Go for
ourselves a
it.
chance. So he already seen what cards underneath
Right.
because he has to check for a blackjack because he had a 10 showing
Yeah.
to make sure it wasn't an ace. So he starts slowly turning the card over like
Yeah.
towards me,
Right.
and it's a 6. So he's got
Okay.
16, and my heart goes, oh my God. Like I
Yeah.
went from down here to, oh my God, we have a chance.
Right.
And then he flips over a face card. I stood up and I go, whoa! Like
Right.
I scream, oh my God. It's
great.
so cringy to think about, but it was so in the moment. I mean, it was so funny.
Now you think, because my family does like this cruise like once a year. Like,
Yeah.
That's like my big family vacation. There's people who go on those cruises and they're in a casino on the ship the entire time, start to
I
finish.
went on
You
one
like,
cruise, and
okay.
this is when I was, I want to say 18 years old, 19
Right.
years old. It was right after, I think it was 19 or
Yeah.
something like that. We went on this cruise, and you only had to be 18 to gamble on the
Yep.
cruise. So
Yeah.
I was there. I
Yes,
mean,
table games, everything. I
there's
think is 18
let
usually.
me see if I can, I don't know how long it'll take to pop up, but one of the backgrounds is actually me
Oh, really?
and a bunch of my friends from that cruise on a blackjack table. And it was really fun. I mean,
Yeah.
we kind of, that was our thing. We would eat dinner, and then we kind of relax for a little while, and then we would go to the casino and just kind of relax. And
Right.
we didn't really play table game or slots too much. We mostly played the table games.
Right. That's what I tend to do. I mean, I'm not a slots guy.
Yeah.
They're designed for you to lose. That's
Oh,
kind of
I
my
know.
going for it. Is like,
God.
you're not supposed to win on these.
And I'm telling you, this background, of course, it's going to be like the very last one. I've got
Yeah.
so many backgrounds on my phone, just so it's random every time. But
Right.
I have been clicking for probably a minute and a half here, and it still has not popped up. But anywho, it was really fun to go on that cruise and just see,
Yeah.
that was kind of the first experience in a casino.
Okay.
So here it is. Here's the photo.
Oh, yep.
I don't know if
Yeah.
there's me on the edge of the table. That's my buddy Ariel from Miami in the middle, and then his or somebody's cousin or something like
That'll
that.
be
I
your
don't know.
nickname, the Royal Flush.
The
you know?
Royal Flush.
Yeah.
Perfect. Well, anywho, we will hit our final commercial break. Nathan, thank you so much for taking the time to join me on Friday. Look forward to seeing your show tomorrow. Hopefully, nothing goes wrong this time now that I'm working on the weekend again. But
Yeah.
Oh,
Dan hosted last time. He did pretty good. So he'll
Okay.
be hosting again tomorrow.
all right, cool. Sounds good. Well, we'll hit this commercial break, and when we come back, we have just a couple more stories, and then we'll send you on your way for the weekend, guys. Be right back. Welcome back to Local Vibes, first 5 p.m. here on WFRV Plus. I am your host, Indiana Shills. Breaking news, not really breaking, but the Badgers got absolutely trounced by BYU today. BYU, one of the better teams in the country for college basketball. I believe they have a guy that I want to say could be the first overall pick in the NBA. Anywho, I think the Badgers gave up like 98 or something like that. UWGB also played today, and their track record isn't very good, but they were able to keep it pretty close with Yale. Yale, an Ivy League school, supposed to win the Ivy League this year, I believe, and they actually only ended up losing by 6. I know it's not the greatest thing to what's the right word? Celebrate a loss, but the team's taking strides. It takes some time. I mean, Doug Gottlieb is the head coach. He's still trying to instill his presence on the team as the head coach, and so we'll see what happens heading into conference play pretty soon here. But GB, two decent losses in a row to Minnesota in overtime, and then Yale just now. So as winter approaches, the daylight fades earlier each evening. The Green Bay Botanical Gardens is preparing to launch one of its most celebrated holiday traditions, the Garden of Lights. Beginning on Friday, November 28th, visitors can take a walk through a 1-mile path filled with shimmering lightscapes, glowing outdoor scenes, and more than 40 nature-themed displays. This year's show includes 2 new features, an interactive tic-tac snow game and an Aurora in Bloom laser show. For guests seeking an accessible way to experience the lights, the garden also offers horse-drawn wagon rides and reserved golf cart tours. Visitors can warm up with snacks and beverages available at the concessions building on the WPS Foundation Plaza. The hours and dates, the Garden of Lights will be open from 4:30 to 9 p.m. on November 28th through the 30th, December 4th through the 7th, December 11th through the 14th, December 18th through the 23rd, and then December 26th through the 30th. The event will be closed on November 27th, December 24th and 25th, along with the 31st, and then January 1st through 4th. Guests must arrive within their 30 minutes of their selected entry time. Entry slots run every 30 minutes, starting at 4:30 p.m. with final entry at 8:30 p.m. Lights turn off at 9 p.m. Green Bay Botanical Gardens, which opened in 1996, spans 47 acres of gardens and natural area, welcoming more than 200,000 visitors annually, and provides year-round educational and recreational opportunities for the community. The Green Bay Packers participated in a pretty cool cause. The NFL's My Cause, My Cleats initiative is back, and 45 Packers players are set to take part with custom cleats dedicated to various causes. Some of these are, let's go ahead and read some of these. Edgerrin Cooper is Exceptional Equestrians. Romeo Dobbs is Trisha's Troops Cancer Connection. Matthew Golden's is Mothers Against Drunk Driving. Rashawn Gary is Made by Dyslexia. Josh Jacobs, Lines for Life. Elton Jenkins, 4th and Goal. Jordan Love, Police Activities League. Keyshawn Nixon, National Breast Cancer Foundation. Micah Parsons, the Lions Heart Foundation. Jaden Reed, Men's X Mental. And then Lucas Van Ness, Tunnel to Towers. Evan Williams, House of Hope. And Devontae Wyatt, Positive Athlete. In addition, 6 coaches and staff members will participate as well, including head coach Matt LaFleur, who is supporting Valley Kids Foundation. All right. And then finally, I think we just have a little bit of time for this. We're going to go ahead and play it. It's a Hometown Hero featuring Daniel Schuster. We talk about Howard's Bob Charles, who reflects on Thanksgiving reuniting with his brother.
For this week's Hometown Hero, we head to Howard, where a 98-year-old World War II veteran is reflecting on a Thanksgiving he'll never forget. Local 5's Daniel Schuster spoke with Bob Charles, who still remembers the moment he was reunited with his brother half a world away.
With it being the holidays, we're sharing a story of family, service, and a miracle-like reunion in the final days of World War II. At 98 years old, Bob Charles of Howard still remembers every detail of his most meaningful Thanksgiving, a story he's now sharing from his home at New Perspective. When the United States entered World War II, the Charles family of 7 saw their lives change fast. Bob's 2 older brothers were drafted, leaving the youngest boy to help his parents run their farm.
I quit school in the 8th grade because my two brothers were drafted. And trying to run a farm at 12 years old, you can't do it.
But the more his brothers served, the more Bob wanted to join them.
So there was an article that came out that if your dad signed, you can go in at 17. So I said to my dad, let's get rid of the farm, and then you can sign for me, and I'll go in the service.
Bob became a motor machinist made aboard the USS LST-42, responsible for keeping the ship's engines running around the clock.
We were in charge of keeping all the big engines running aboard the ship. The auxiliary engines to keep the power on the ship, we had to keep them running 24 hours a day.
By the fall of 1945, his ship was recommissioned as a hospital ship and anchored off of Okinawa. After 6 months at sea, Thanksgiving Day was shaping up to be just another shift in the engine room.
I was in the harbor at Okinawa on Thanksgiving Day. I was down in the engine room working. So I thought it was just a typical Thanksgiving.
Then, a call came to the main deck.
Oh, well, I got a notice to come up to the main deck, which I did. And the first thing I saw is my brother that I hadn't seen in 3.5 years. We hugged and cried, I guess.
His brother Buddy had hitchhiked more than 30 miles from his MASH unit just to find him. The two spent the day together, sharing stories, sharing a meal, and soaking in a reunion neither expected.
I'm grateful. I'll never forget it. The rest of my life, my brother's dead now, but no, I'll never forget it.
Nearly 80 years later, that Thanksgiving still means everything.
It means so much now that I met my brother on this Thanksgiving Day. It'll be 80 years that we met.
Buddy had also gotten a break from the K-rations he had been living on.
Turkey and dressing, he had the whole deal with us. And he said it really tastes good. While the war was on, they were eating K-rations that come in a cardboard box. So he was happy.
After the war, Bob came home, built a 33-year career with the Green Bay Police Department, and started a family with his wife, Gloria, who's been by his side for 75 years.
She's here at this facility. In fact, for the last 5 years, at 4 o'clock, I go down and bring her a banana down where she's at every day at 4 o'clock since she's been here.
At 98, Bob says life is good, and he's grateful for his journey, including seeing the world as a young man who never finished the 8th grade.
I was really satisfied being a little farm boy that had to quit school in the 8th grade, and I could see so much of the world, and I enjoyed every minute of it. I would read.
Well, unfortunately, we ran out of time, but we'll see you guys next week. And thank you again. If you want to see the full story, it is on our website at wearegreenbay.com. See you later.